Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn in our modified folk tales colony. And as you can see, we're getting some more apartments in for our beavers. And with more space comes more beavers, hopefully. And with more beavers, we're definitely going to need some more resources. So one of the first things we're going to do today is work on that. So let's take a look and see. We've got one over here, we've got one here, but we don't have anything in the big lake yet. So let's start there. And we'll put you down. Let's get some more stuff here. We'll get one here. And I think it's about time we got the bigger platforms. The side platforms are still really useful, but for the moment, we're going to use these. Let's put in couple more here so that we can make sure to get stuff out of the lake. We'll put you in. Actually, let's go this way, but we'll switch you around just because it'll be even that way. There we go. That looks nice. And then I think I would like an actual path down into the reservoir here. There we go. Looks good. And now we just need some more so that when this finally goes down, we can get in here and see if we can get some more water out of it this way. So let's, I would like another one here, which means I got to take this one out. There we go. And then, do I want just another one here? Yes, I do. So we'll do this, we'll make them symmetrical, or at least somewhat symmetrical. One in here. Let's get a 2 and a 2. And of course, one of them I don't actually need. Let's get rid of you. And we'll flip you around, and there we go. And then we don't actually need these. So should we need to get even lower in there at some point, we can get down farther if we want to. We'll let them work on that. I do want to say these are very important because we're going to need the water. So we've got those set up. Let's take a look. Is everybody else doing okay? Yep, everything looks good there. We've got stuff over here. I want to use this place a little more, though, so it's going to cost us a little water. Let's grab our levee. Here we go. There's a nice one. Toss that in there. And we'll do water. There's a fluid dump. We'll put you in there. This is going to have to come out, though. Out you go. And we'll put in you. That way it can come all the way across here. Fill all of this up, hopefully. And you know what? Let's just straighten out this path here. It'll just look nicer that way. So we'll get those in there. And, oh, we've got our storage. So let's get this. There's our water. We're going to do our berries. I think eventually we're going to run out of berries to put in those. Who knows if they're actually going to get eaten. I'm sure at some point there's a good chance that they actually might. But we'll hope that they never have to get eaten. Let's finish with our potatoes and, of course, our bread here. There we go. That looks good. So we've got all of that in there. Let's see what else we've got. We've got a couple of guys around here. We've got a couple of guys up here. You know what? I don't think I want this anymore. So let's get rid of you, and we'll pick up the logs there. We have enough wheat. We have plenty of wheat saved back, but let's turn these on because we're going to need the planks here before too long. We've got our metal going. Everything looks good there. I do want to come up here and get some of these trees because I've got an idea for this area as well. So what I'm going to do is, oops, I don't want levees. I want dams. We're going to put 2 dams right there. Do I want them there? You know what? Let's move them over one. Just because I think it'll look a little nicer. Nope, not a levee. We want a dam. There we go. We've got 2 dams, and we'll put those in, and then I want all the trees from here. I'm sure, like I said, we're going to need the trees. This all goes out. You're all cut. You're all cut. Everything in there, including that guy. We'll get those out of there. These eventually, if we can. And let's get a ladder down here before a tree decides to grow. There we go. And we can get those out of there. There we go. All done. Look at all that field that I've got cut for and don't need to now. So let's remove some of that while we're just waiting for it. There we go. I often come through and just remove these at some points. I don't know if other people do that. I just think it looks nicer that way. Remove all that from the road. It just looks like you've done a little bit of extra work. We can come back and clean up through there at some other point. Just checking to make sure. Let's see. You don't really need to be here anymore, so let's get rid of you. Go find something else to do. We've got 9 places for beavers yet, so there's a little bit to do around here. You would think once we got these in, we won't have much of a problem with population, but we've got 27 kits that have to get up to an adult. In fact, let's remove this. We'll toss in campfire. We'll say that's important so that the kits can play around the fire, I guess. I mean, camping is great for kids, but I don't know if you'd want to leave them near an open fire all the time. I guess it would be a good lesson for them. So we've got those. We've got all of our water coming in. The food is still looking pretty good. So I think it's time to start our major project for the day, which is going to actually start over here. Now, we've got these wheat fields, and we've got a small setup for bread, but our production is going to be mostly in this area. And if we're going to get resources like wheat, and hopefully some of this bad water, over to our production area, we're going to need a quick way to do it. Now, I could just build a straight path and put hauling posts everywhere and let the tin beavers move everything all the time. But I've got a better idea. We're going to come over here and we're going to grab some side platforms and we're going to side platform up this whole area. Here we go. And we'll drop down one here. Skip those 2 since we can't do that, of course. Come across here. Now, we can't get one in there, so what we're going to have to do is toss in a ladder here. There we go. We'll toss in one here. And we will just pick those trees. Let's cut the trees. Those, there we go. We'll say that's very important once they get in there. There we go. You go ahead and connect in there. Get in some more side paths there. And then here, we're going to use one more just so we can get it off the edge there. Same thing over here. We're going to work a path from this way all the way back. I believe this should line up nearly perfectly. It does. There we go. It's almost like I planned that at some point. You never know. Let's see. So let's start from here. And we will go this way. Now, do I have to keep these all level like I'm going to? Absolutely not. Will it matter that much? No, not really. But I think it looks much nicer when they're all even across all the way. So we're going to do that. And that will hopefully get us a path across there. There we go. We'll do that. Let's get another place for lumber mill in there. Get these out of there just as quickly as possible. There we go. And let's make that a little more important so that we know those get in and we know those trees get taken care of. Same thing over here so that those can get out of the way. Now, we've got this coming across. We'll just continue that on there. Is that going to be a 3 height? Yeah, that's going to be a 3 height. We'll get that through there, through there. We'll do... Let's see. Actually, I might change this up just a bit. Let's come from this end, first of all. We know we're going to have to drop a couple of layers here. So this looks to be about this height. And this soup over here looks to be just a couple higher. So let's go from this end for just a minute. So I want to go 2. Actually, I want to go 3 here. 3. 3. And there's a 2. This way we can kind of keep the path right along here. And then let's go 1s through here, and we'll see where we got to get these 2 after that. So let's take the 3s. Is that even? Nope, of course not. That would be far too easy. Let's grab the 3s, make a nice bridge here. There we go. Okay, good. It did connect up. Here, nope, I don't want the 3. I want 2s down here. So we're going to do 2s across the bottom. There we go. Here. Let's build our way up instead of the other way around. Makes it easier to keep them even. Let's do 3s. There we go. We'll do 1s here. This, this, and this. There we go. We need to get down here and get these trees too, don't we? Yeah? Let's go ahead and try... Let's do this and this. And then we'll do maybe 1 over here and 1 here. That should give us access to all the trees. Let's keep coming across here. Oh, that's not right. That's not right at all. Let's get 3 and 1 and... Lead 1s across here. Let's get 2s in. There we go. And then we've got 1, 1. And they'll have to remove that before we can put that in there. Let's go ahead and put in a tree place over here. Yeah, that's fine. Cut trees. All of you. All of you. All of you. All of you. Are you done? Wonderful. Somebody can come pick up all that stuff there. How are they doing on this? Ah, good. It's started its way across, which is what we wanted to see. Our water is still coming along. We've got some trees. We've got everything there. Look at all the extra beavers we have, though. We can go ahead and put them as builders. Let's go ahead and get 1 more, because we could use them. There we go. We'll get that. And then what I want to do over here is, like I said, we're going to bring the goods from this side all the way over to this production area over here. And the quickest way that I know of to do it is to use a wonderful mod. Let's see. Are you not connected? Why are you not? Oh, there. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Get those trees out of there. Thank you. Is to use a wonderful mod that is the trains. This is one of the biggest mods. Well, I don't know about size-wise. I think that still belongs to the water beavers, but this is one of the more popular ones. So let's take a quick mod break and look at our train setup. Today on our mod break, we're going to be taking a look at Choo by Tobert, often called the train mod, as it does just that, adds trains to your Timberborn colony. Now, at the time of recording this, Update 6 has just came out, and of course, it's not ready for Update 6. I don't know yet whether it'll be moving on to 6, but it is still in 5, so from here on out, any mods we take a look at will have to come with the disclaimer of whether they are yet or are not yet in Update 6 since they changed the whole mod game. The train mod itself adds many different items to your colony, including tracks, bridges, and of course the trains themselves. Now, while the train mod is the favorite of many people, I do have to put out a warning. I've had lots and lots of problems and lost a couple of colonies due to the train mod crashing them and being reliant on them. So just want to give a heads up before you decide to try it out. Know what you're getting into and know your risks. That being said, a lot of the crashes that I've had came with the passenger station, which is no longer available through normal means. You have to go into a dev mode to use it. So hopefully that helps even out some of the problems. Now, the train mod itself works great to move things around the colony. You actually set up these goods stations, and then you go into your manage screen and say what gets shipped out of there and what gets shipped into there. You can't have it shipping both in and out. If you want something like that, you'll have to have 2 different goods stations, which is not all that difficult. They're not a large resource sink. But let's say here in this colony, you would like your goods moved quickly and efficiently over to this other colony that has a goods station. So you just go to your goods, you hit your manage distribution option. Now here's something I do wish would change slightly. I wish you could name your goods stations so they're a little easier to keep track of, but you know that there's this particular goods station in District 5. As you get more and more, though, it would be nice to either name it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or just let us name it. Either way, it's still really, really useful. So here we have a house. Let's change this to bread, and we'll make sure the bread is ready to go out. We're going to say we want to send bread, allow sending, and this will tell you how many they can send at a time. Each station only holds up to 200 at a time, so you have to take that into consideration. Here, we actually don't want sending, we want receiving, because it'll be at the other location. So we're going to allow sending, though, of water, and then we're going to come over here to this other location, and we're going to click on this and say that you're allowed to receive water, and that actually should send one of the trains out this way. We're also going to grab one more of these, and we're going to put bread in that, and we're going to say we want to obtain bread. Now, for these to work properly, you see there's our first train. He comes over there. He drops off water. Now, these to work properly, you have to have a storage set up to obtain, and then your haulers will actually come out and move that out and put it into here. And you'll see the train pass back and forth as many times as it needs to make sure that they have what they need there. Now, if your train is only going from point A to point B and you want it to take a longer, nicer path, you can choose to divide a section, and we'll actually change the direction on that. So they should come through here, and then when they go back, because the section is divided and only one way, you'll see they'll take this longer path around and then return to waiting. And it's the same thing here. Let's go ahead and give them all the bread. There we go. And now, since we are shipping out to here, we're going to say we want the bread here. So let's go ahead and say we want to allow receiving. And over here, we will allow sending. We actually want to allow sending. There we go. And now they're going to send bread from here and send it over to here as well. They can carry multiple things at once, and the trains carry a ton and can move pretty fast, as you can see. They are all over the place. In fact, we take a look here. There we go. You can see how fast they move. Now, they do have these nice waiting areas. If you have multiple things going in multiple different directions, you can have multiple trains picking them up and dropping them off. However, unlike some of the other items, the waiting ones seem to only be in one direction, so you have to have an out for them to go out. They won't turn around on their own and come back down this track. The trains themselves you can even customize. Had you still had passengers, you could definitely set up an old passenger train, or you could just set up various different carts if you know you're going to be moving water. Maybe you want to put a nice tank on there somehow. Let's see, let's do the tank there. There you go. And then you could do flat wagons. It doesn't seem to update whenever it picks up stuff, but that's okay. At least you'll have a unique looking train. Currently, my favorite way to use trains is a very simple method with just a point-to-point relay. The trains can turn around on their own, except in those waiting areas. So if you were to say, let's say this is a supply and this is a supply, we change these to obtain and set up our tracks to go with them. We will go manage, and here we're going to want to receive 200 carrots. There we go. Allow receiving. And here we are going to want to send carrots. And you'll see the train should start to go back and forth. Carrots, allow receiving, allow sending. And the train should start taking these back and forth. Of course, sometimes they can be a little stubborn. But as you can see, they will go back and forth, point to point, and drop off carrots. And then our haulers here can actually pick them up directly and save them the walk all the way back over here. So Choo is a really fun mod that gives you a huge advantage in distributing goods around your colony. Helps out quite a bit. You just need the haulers to make sure that it unloads and loads them properly. Now that we've taken a look at the train mod, let's get ours set up, or at least the beginning portion set up. I want to start here, and we're going to need to make sure that the track is on the right side. I want to put it this way. There we go, so that it can leave from here and we still have a way in. Now this itself, we're going to need to switch out. We're going to put one of the train crossings here. There we go. And then I want one of the goods stations down here as well. Let's see if we can get that in there. Let's see. We want you... Let's put you here. And then we're going to need one side platform big enough to hold an entire train. There we go. We're going to come around the edge. There we go. That can go out this way. We'll get some of the straight pieces. There we go. There's one. There's two. And the T. Let's get a turn in here. There we go. A couple more. I think we're going to have to pause. You can get there. You would be the only one they won't be able to get to. So let's pause you until they get the rest of this in here. Draw the road to it. There we go. That looks good. And now we just need straight pieces across here. We're going to need some here. We're going to leave that. And we're going to leave that. This here. Do two more there. And all the way across down to here. Come back. Get to the slopes in. There we go. One slope. Here, they've got the steel bridges for these built in now. The larger ones take science, but I'm going to stick to the smaller ones right now, just so we don't have to have somebody, I guess, staring at a bridge constantly, telling us that it is still standing. The science cost baffles me a little bit. There's got to be some kind of better thing that you could charge than science, but you know, I don't stare at bridges all day. Also, this whole thing could have been bridges and it would cost us quite a bit of science, but I think with that many bridges, we'd have to have somebody come in and probably review them, but I don't have the cash for that kind of cameo, so we're just going to live with what we have. There we go. Let's go ahead, put this in here. We're going to get them to come over here and build all this. As you see, what we'll do is we'll have this wheat come down here, but I would like the processing center to be over here. We'll have to find a place for the baking of it, but we've got a train here that can take the cargo out. Speaking of out, you don't need to be in there anymore, and we can take you out of there. So somebody can come get these, please. It looks like they're getting closer to getting all of this in there. There we go. We've got just a couple days left, but we have plenty of builders. Now, let's take and we will put the goods station at the other end here. So let's put you... Well, we can't put you there without a platform, can we? Let's grab these super useful platforms. There we go. And back to the trains, and we'll put another goods station in. There we go. We'll put you in there. Let's get in that, and then we'll do 2 of you. That should all be able to connect in, and we can put a whole grist mill area in here eventually. However, another area we're going to need is probably this wood workshop, which we're going to need. The only thing is, we need pine sap, and as you can see, there's no pine really to speak of, other than a couple of little pieces over here. So I'm going to take this newly greened area. We're going to take the path out of there. There we go. We don't need this path here, right? There we go. Don't need you. Let's get in our forester here. There we go. And we're going to do a tapper shack here. Let's put the door in front of the ladder, because that seems like the safest, best idea that we could come up with. We will fill this in with some actual pine trees. Here we go. Pine trees. Pine trees. Couple there. We'll fill all this in. In fact, we'll fill all of it down to here. I know eventually the bad water is going to come through and probably kill a lot of these in here. But, I mean, we're not doing anything else with the space at the moment. We might as well. In fact, let's put a platform in here so they can get over there to that. This all looks good there. We'll let them work on that for just a minute. They've got this in here, which looks nice. Let's go ahead, take this out of here. We can toss in a couple more trees, a couple more, one there and one there and one there. We really got to get over to here. They're still working on that metal. In fact, he doesn't have anything left to do, so let's send him to find a different place. In fact, let's go down and go to this place right here. We will just take ladders and head down the mountainside. There we go. That'll get us down there eventually. We'll put 2 metal flags down here. I don't know that we need to, but we might as well, just in case some people get done early. Looks like we've still got a decent amount of water at the end of that long cycle. Now, those cycles are going to get longer and longer, so we're going to need better water solutions still. But for now, I think that's going to hold us for the moment. So we'll get all this in. I do want to put in another feature up here, though. So let's take a quick look, and we'll get in these here and these here. And now we're going to have to build up from the bottom. There we go. And another set. And, oops, I forgot the front ones there. Let's get you in there. And I think we're going to need one behind it as well. So let's go ahead and get those in. Those in. We'll do a 1, a 3, 1s. There's a 2 to make it even. You can go right across there. That looks good. This guy's getting most of these trees, but he's going to need a little hand getting up to some of these other ones. So let's toss in a couple of those. We can always reclaim them later if we want to. And we'll wait to get that platform in. I think everything is looking pretty good. Our railway is coming along. In fact, we're going to move one of these. I'm not sure which one yet. We're going to make sure that that's over there so that we've always got someone feeding this railway whenever it's set up. Let's get that going. And we'll demo one of these once they've got it set. I'm going to pause that for just a second. we had a couple that needed a couple more beavers in them. There we go. Everything's good there. I suppose I could unpause it, and we'll set it down to 2 for now. Till we get, you know what, we'll just leave it, and we'll just be short 2 beavers for the moment. In fact, we'll make that a little less... pause you and send you off to other places. Okay, well, that's good enough. I think we've done pretty well. We've got our cross map first rail line going in. It's going in pretty quickly, and we've already got a way for beavers just to walk if they really want to. So I think we're going to call it there for today. Just want to say thank you very much for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and hope to see you next time. Bye.